You're starting.
Good morning, Fit Fam.
Happy Friday!
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Look who's with us.
Woo, woo.
How we doing out there? Happy Friday. That was an elbow right in my forearm.
He enjoyed it.
You have sharp elbows, don't you?
He enjoyed that. How
Where's
come
my
it's a
phone?
black background?
Can I have my...
I don't understand.
That's just the way it is. Do you want a different background?
Yes, please. Brighter. I would like a bright, nice background.
Awfully demanding over here. You saw the background when we were sitting here looking at the camera.
Well, I didn't know that it didn't go until we were live, I thought.
Then when we went live, you're like, where's the background?
What is that banging?
I think it's thunder.
Something banged upstairs, though.
It's thunder. Are you guys getting thunder right now?
Thunder!
Okay, go do what you have to do.
I'm just going to plug this in. And then I suppose I should get my other glasses. Because then you guys don't have to look
That would be a good
at my
idea.
crazy blue.
How's everyone doing this morning? Let us know in the comments. Did we have... Oh, no, we didn't. Thought we had someone jump in here. Where is...
You can look at comments on my phone here.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go grab my glasses. I'll be right back.
So today we're going to be talking about... We're talking about how to avoid summer weight gain, and it's a real thing. I gotta tell you, it's a real thing. And we have more... People gain more weight over the summer than they do during the holidays, which is crazy. Most people don't know that. They think that, oh, the summer guy like works so hard to get some beach bodies or get in better shape, and then you think that weight's not going to accumulate throughout the summer. So it's a real thing. I saw a comment pop up here. Oh, where'd you go? Get back here. Oh, Allie's in here. Morning, Allie and Jane. Both from the East Coast. We got anyone from the West Side? So that's going to be our topic today. So thank you guys for joining us this morning. Let us know, how's the weather over there on the East, you guys? Right now it was hot the last 3 days, but it's been
I'm back.
thunder showering this morning and rain last night. So why, thank you for joining us.
I'm back. I'll get the comments going here on here.
Good morning, Mom. Nice to see you guys in here. I was messing around with Nick and I built this new banner thing, so we thought we'd give it a shot.
This is not working.
Just open the thing and pull it up.
Anyway. Oh, look, I'll use it like this.
Oh my gosh. So, all right, well, we're going to talk about summer weight gain. So that's going to be the topic of discussion. We do have breakfast going on here. Dorothy, what do you have for breakfast?
I made us some yogurt parfaits, actually. Oh, so delicious. Yogurt on the bottom, berries, cinnamon, and then granola.
Yes.
So easy to make and so yummy.
So delicioso.
We choose non-dairy yogurt because dairy doesn't like me. Doesn't like my digestion. Okay, I'm looking for the true form page, but that's what I'm doing.
There you are.
Ah, there we are. It looks good. But I do want it to be not black.
What color would you like it?
I don't know. Purple. Did you hear that?
That was you, purple. I think we could do both right now. That's our overlay.
Okay, let's just leave it black.
We have to sit up a bit so the tape isn't showing.
Okay. Okay, I'll put my head right here so the tape isn't showing.
Don't move.
One of our projects is to actually paint the wall. It's been a project since December.
I gotta tell you, we did that cold water therapy show, and then we took clips out, and you were not paying attention at all.
To what?
We did the show, and I got a couple of comments of like, "What's Dorothy doing?" Because we take we do these full shows, then we take small clips, and we put them on social media.
Oh, what was I doing?
And we had one. I don't know what you were like fiddling with your like finger, or like you're looking down at the floor. And there's a couple people that are like, what is Dorothy doing? And I was like, I don't know, but she's clearly disinterested in our topic.
Who said that? That was rude.
don't want to call him out on camera.
Come on, who said
I
it?
meant to tell you, but I haven't told you yet. So now you know.
It's not very nice.
Okay, so when it comes to summer weight gain, I think it's important I just want to jump in and tell you, like, one of the most staggering stats, what most people don't really think of or maybe don't even believe, is that September is our busiest time as a nutrition and fitness company. September. Let that sink in for a second. Because everyone thinks that it's January, but it's not January. Our Januaries the last couple of years have been busy, fortunately for us. But in most cases, November, December is crazy. We're spending a lot of money on gifts and presents, and then January comes along and a lot of people are paying off their credit cards or paying off their bills. So then things start to get busier in February, March maybe, but September is slammed. And I really feel like it's the same thing when I worked in gyms. When we were in and around gyms, September was the busiest time. It was jam packed, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, what have I done with myself all summer? We know we gained weight. We know we don't fit in our clothes anymore. Our schedules are kind of upside down, and now it's time to try to get back into shape or get back into routines." So what we want to talk about today is to help you beat that summer weight gain and try to get into some routines and keep understanding that this is a lifestyle. You have to continue to live a healthy lifestyle, and that's going to make a big difference. Isn't that right, Dorothy?
I'm taking people. Try to get some more people in here. If you guys could take some people, that'd be awesome too.
Oh, that would be nice.
To get some people in here. That'd be great. I think one of the biggest things we all do this, is our mindset. We're like, oh, it's just one party. Oh, it's just one drink. Oh, it's just one hot dog or hamburger, whatever it is. But then you make the excuse one time, or the exception one time, and then it happens over and over and over again. Or it's vacation. Or we're just camping for the weekend. Then on Monday I'll get on track. But it never happens.
No. And we hear that, like, oh, it's the summertime. Let's just relax and have a good time. So without understanding that it's going to add up, and so is that weight gain. Morning, Anna. That like the drinks are going to add up. The barbecues are going to add up. The late nights, they're going to add up. Just one more drink, Dave says.
Yeah. How many times we heard that? Just one more.
One more, little guy.
One more.
Yeah, so without understanding that.
How many times we've done that?
Yeah, it adds up. And I really feel like we have that mindset of, oh, it's 80-20. Or is that what they say? 80-20?
Yeah.
80%, and I'll be on track, and then 20%. But 20% turns into 80% if that's your mindset. And it's just, like I said, it's the summertime. It's all weekend, and maybe it might be different in other parts of the world. I don't know what it's like in LA, because it's always nice there for the most part. But in Alberta, we have a very short summer, 2, maybe 3 months of like actually going out and having outside fires or camping or spending time outdoors, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all going to add up, I guess is what we're saying. And if you don't do something about it now, September is going to roll around and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what did I do to myself?
And then September's crazy. September's a crazy month usually anyway, because it's getting back into a routine, right? Getting back into school routine for kids, or work routine if you're off for the summer. So why add one more thing, I guess, is what I'm trying to say to your plate. And it's funny because, I don't know the statistics, you might know, but out of the 6 to 8 weeks over summer that we let go of our lifestyle, of our healthy habits, it takes probably how long to get them back? Like so much longer to get it back.
So much. Well, it's not just the time, it's the effort of, it seems like, and we've all been there. You know what? Because it's the convenience. Like, it's convenient to not meal plan. Like you have to go
Yeah.
out of your way and go grocery shopping. So it's convenient to be like, I'll just get some bag salads for the week, or I'll just go out for lunch. Like it's convenient to go to the convenience store.
Mm.
It's convenient to go to the drive-through or just skip your workouts. Like that's easy. So to continually put the effort in is more of a challenge. So we have to understand that the longer we put in that time and effort, the easier it's going to become. However, the longer you stop doing those, putting that time and effort in, the harder it's going to be to get back on track.
I take every one letter of the alphabet, A to Z.
Thank you. Well, you mean one person?
Per alphabet letter. Mm-hmm.
Good job. We have Dana jumped in here. She said, "What's the topic today?" Today we're talking about summer weight gain.
Mm-hmm.
So most of us, I really don't think people know. I don't think in most cases we know that summer is the time where we accumulate the most amount of weight. It's not the holidays. It's not
Yeah.
December. It's the summertime. And then when September comes, it's like we don't lose it in September. It doesn't happen. We accumulate that each year. And then 5 years down the road, we're like, oh my gosh, like how did I gain
What happened?
30 pounds? It's because of losing those healthy habits. And then September comes and we get a gym membership for 2 or 3 weeks. And then we're like, this is a bit more challenging than I expected. I'm not interested.
Well, because it probably starts even pre-summer. Right? Like, because you're getting excited for summer. So May long, let's say it starts. Like you're getting excited for summer, and when excitement's high, you kind of let go of some of your normal healthy habits. So then you have like 3 months, let's say, of catch up to do, but you expect results in a couple of weeks or by the end of September, right? You're like, oh, September, I'm gonna get my gym membership and I'm gonna do the healthy things and eat healthy and get back on track. But then people expect to be back where they were before May long in like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. It's usually how it works, when it probably will take a few months, right?
100%. Yeah, we don't realize that what all that time and effort that takes, and how long of a stretch it is. I think it's, like you said, it's not just July and August. It's April, May, June, July and August. And then, of course, at least in Alberta, it's still nice for halfway through September, end of September maybe, if we're lucky.
Yeah.
And then October gets a bit colder. So it could be like 5 months of you being like, having like a summer mindset.
Yeah, it's so true. And we're not going to sit here and pretend that we're perfect. Like, we have...
Well, I'm pretty perfect.
No, what I'm saying is, like, we're like at the campfire, we'll have the odd s'more, or we'll have a barbecue, or the odd drink here and there. Like, it's not...
You do a karaoke night?
Oh,
Dave?
yeah, karaoke.
Like it's
my jam.
Everyone's in the same boat, but you just have to understand that it's going to take time and effort for you to get back on track. And then there's things that you can do in prevention. And I feel like understanding is the first step, is understanding that if you don't pay attention to what's happening, you're going to be in trouble in September.
Let's get to some comments, and then we'll talk about solutions or action steps of how you can stay ahead so that you don't have that happen in September.
Dana says, I can see that. Up later and more patio drinks.
It's so true. It's hard too with because one of the big things in keeping your routine comes back to having an evening routine and a morning routine. But, and Drew and I are big on bedtime routine, because we're up early. But one of the things we've been noticing that is super hard, because Drew and I actually just had a conversation about the lack of effort that has been around our evening routine. Because normally we go to bed around 8:30, 9, and we're up at 4. So, but we need to go to bed earlier. But now that it's so light out,
it's harder.
You don't want to miss the sunshine, or you don't want to be sleeping when it's sunny. So you extend your day a little bit. So it was getting to 9:30, 10 that we were actually going to bed, and then like it just does, like to be up at 4 is just really not enough time. So we had that discussion the other day
Yeah, so
about
then
that.
mornings turn into 4:35, and we're like, just don't feel as productive getting up later. So that's just being open and honest about what we like. Everyone's in the same boat. I'm saying it takes that time and effort. People are like, oh, it's just easy for you guys. No, it's not. It takes constant, continual effort for us too. So we had to reset and be like, hey, if we want to get up early and get our day,
Going.
yeah, get our day set up for success, then we have to go to bed earlier.
Yeah, and you're always, it's like, it's not, there's, unfortunately, you're always like resetting and refocusing, resetting, refocusing. It's not like an end to the journey, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I made it. I'm here. I'm on the other side.
Done.
Done. Check.
Emmer says, I feel like people are more likely to overeat in the summer at barbecues and get-togethers.
So true.
100%.
So true. There's just, because it's so nice out, there's just so many things going on. And then it's like, what's really famous for the summer is that, oh, we're having a barbecue. Everybody bring an appetizer. Like that's quite common, right? Mm-hmm. So then you get to the barbecue and like in traditional times, there was a bunch of people, like 10, 20 people, let's say, at the barbecue. And if each person brought something, an appetizer, then you have all of this food.
Mm-hmm. So, and then it's not just, and you're there for a few hours, right?
Yeah.
It's not like when you eat at home, you eat for, well, most people eat in like minutes. We talk about mindful eating and giving your body a chance to digest food, but a lot of people eat in minutes. Like you sit at home and you're eating for 15, 20 minutes, or you're on the run eating, and which wreaks havoc on your digestive system. But when you're at barbecues or hanging out with friends, you're eating for 2 or 3 hours. It's a social thing. You're sitting there eating a hot dog. Later on, you got some s'mores, coleslaw. You know how it goes. Oh, what did Dave say? It always scares me a bit when Dave leaves a comment.
Dave says, I like you guys always brought your own food to grill at barbecues so you could stay on track.
Ooh, thanks, Dave.
Yeah. It's important.
And we do, like, we don't want people, sometimes people, like, there's certain foods that we don't really eat, and we don't want people to feel uncomfortable with our food choices. And it happens quite often, and people are all like, oh, what am I going to eat? Like, what are we going to feed you guys? We hear it all the time, and we're like, in most cases, we can find something to eat. In every case, we'll find something to eat. It's not like we're going to sit there and starve ourselves or like awkward be like, no, thanks, we don't eat that. But I think it's nice for everyone. Like we in most cases, we offer to bring something, or even if the people say, no, you don't have to bring anything, we still bring something. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just nice. It's polite, and it gives you something to eat that's healthier or along the lines of what you want. So it's definitely important to bring your own dish. So thanks for bringing that up there.
Mm-hmm. Drew doesn't go anywhere without food, without his little cooler. Day tripping, Drew brings his cooler.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to see the hangry come out.
What is that meme that says you got about 27 seconds or 27 minutes or something to get food? What is that one?
Yeah, to get food in me before I turn into a different person.
That's true. Drew without food, completely different person. I'm like, who are you right now? Would you like go eat or something?
It's my blood sugar levels.
I'm like,
it's a disease.
You're not even you right now. Just go eat and come back. Can't handle you.
I need food. But the thing is, it's funny, and we joke about it all the time, and I'm okay with that. But the funny thing is I think a lot of people are like that. A lot of people have low blood sugar levels. They don't get the nutrients they need. Food also helps your mind, like mental clarity, because when you're hungry, your mind only like almost like runs out, and you need energy, you need food and fuel. So I feel like a lot of people deal with emotional issues all day long, or angry, upset, tired, miserable because they're not getting the nutrients their body needs. So if you had more nutrients, you would be in a better mood.
Yeah. Who
doesn't feel fantastic after you have a good meal?
Right.
It's different if you have like a big old plate of pasta, or maybe you have a cheeseburger. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, let's go. But you have a nice, clean, healthy meal. It gives you energy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You had something to say there, but I didn't let you talk.
I don't know what I was going to say, actually.
Thanks for all the hearts, you guys. We appreciate
Yes,
that.
thanks for hitting that hearts button.
You can read Anna's.
Oh, Anna says, yes, so much more going on that is unscheduled during the summer and so many more hours to do it. That is important to really have a grip on what we need to keep consistent, healthy habits.
Yep.
So true.
100%.
And because here in Alberta, our summers are so short, I feel like there is this pressure on us in some way. Not like a negative pressure, but there's this pressure on us in some way to jam pack it. Like, just jam your summer full of all of the things, right? Because they're so short. So then there's like Anna said, like the unscheduled things that you don't want to say no to because it's summer.
It's true. It's true. And we hear that. We often hear that people say, well, that's where the 80-20 comes in. Like, oh, it's only summertime or it's only one barbecue, but it's not. It's quite a bit more.
And we're not saying to say no to those things. We're just going to talk about here how you can, what strategies you can use to stay on track.
See the little shiny thing up there?
Sorry.
we should
just keep it right here.
Should we paint the wall this weekend?
Yeah.
We should paint the
wall. Whoa, did that come out right? Right now we have paper. Our green screen is paper.
And it's the tape that really bothers me.
It's the tape that's shiny.
See the tape?
See the tape?
Because the tape, the wall, we had 2 pieces of tape. Anyhow.
And we did put the tape on the back, but then it was always falling down. So I don't know.
It's a big disaster.
The solution is paint.
Dave, are you still losing weight? Last time I talked to Dave, you lost like 10 or 20 pounds or something like that.
Woo, woo. Summer's actually a great time. Like, we always delay getting on track. Oh, I'll get back on track in the fall. It'll be easier. Or, oh, I'll get back on track Monday. Monday I'll start. Or there's all kinds of, right? Like, we always delay it. Oh, it's summer. It's not a good time to start. But I think it is a really good time to start summer.
Tell us.
Because you can be so much more, one reason, you can be so much more active in the summer. You can be outside longer. So going for walks, bike rides, jogging or running, hiking. So you can incorporate so much more activity. You can work out at the park. There's just so much more opportunities to be active in the summer. Swimming, for example. And then we have so much more variety when it comes to healthy foods. We have our local farmers markets and that we can get nice local fresh food that tastes so delicious. Sometimes in the winter when we're at the grocery store, it's that you're shopping and it's just, there's not many options, right?
Yeah, it's
for fresh food.
Or growing your own.
Or growing your own garden is an option as well. So I feel like summer's a great time if you have been kind of thinking about making a shift or making changes. I think it's getting back on track is the perfect time to get back on track. But we'll talk about, I guess, what you need to get on track or stay on track, hey?
Yeah, for sure.
Down 50 pounds, woo!
That's awesome.
Let's
see a side view.
Yeah.
Give us a side view.
So skinny.
Skinny Dave.
Oh, man.
My mom says, good job, Dave. And then Jane says, love everything about summer.
Yeah, summer is our favorite season, too. Summertime.
So the first thing for me to come up with or help with solutions for you guys would be coming up with a plan. I know that's not super exciting for most people, but you can't really avoid it in most cases, especially when it comes to summertime. If you're going camping or if you're going out with friends or family, whatever it is coming up with a plan of what you're going to have for snacks or food. Because that's where most things, most social gatherings, and when I say social gatherings, it doesn't even have to be with a bunch of friends and family. We know things are a bit different these days, but even if it's a couple of you, or even if it's 3 or 4 of you, whatever that looks like for you, it doesn't matter if there's 50 people or if there's 3 people. You have to come up with a plan of what it is that you're going to eat. Otherwise, that convenience comes in of hitting the convenience store on the way out, which is a pack of 12 hot dogs and a bag of
Buns.
potato chips. Oh yeah,
Or buns.
white buns and
White
potato
buns
chips
and
and like
potato chips.
some marshmallows. Like I would imagine most people driving down the freeway or the highway with a camper have those in their
Mm-hmm. It's like the
campers.
staples of camping.
Yeah, you have to have those. But there are better options that you can choose and other things that you can do when it comes to making better choices. But it starts out with a plan. Like you have to be like, okay, we're going to make a decision. First off, we're going to try to make a little bit better choices. And then what does that look like? And actually write it down and say, here, this is what we're bringing with us this weekend. And we're going to the friends, or we're having a few people over, or we're going camping. This is what our list looks like.
Mm-hmm. A plan, definitely. What is that quote that you like?
If you fail to plan,
You plan to fail.
Hmm.
If you fail to plan, you plan. Whoa, say it. You say it.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
You plan to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, got twisted.
Can you even?
It got twisted in my mind.
You can talk.
I meant to say twisted. Got twisted in my mind.
And then the other one is if you're not part of your plan.
You're part of somebody else's.
So, and it rings so true. Like if you're going to meet some friends, for example, and you don't really have a plan, and their plan is to have hot dogs and marshmallows. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not even saying not to go buy them. I'm just saying like if you want to make changes or if you want to make a difference, then you'll need to make different choices. And you can get better.
Mm-hmm.
What are you laughing? Like you wanted to say something, but now you have a mouthful.
Mm-mm.
So now you, what are you doing? Get out of here. I don't know. I have no idea what you're doing. We're live right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's happening in Dorothy's brain. But what I'm saying is that you can make better choices. So instead of hot dogs, maybe you get, well, there's all kinds of different types of smokies or sausages. You can get them locally. You can get them less processed. You can get chicken, turkey, plant-based. Like you can make better choices. Getting the old school conventional types of hot dogs, like I think that could be pushed to the side and replaced with better options.
Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of different quality, like Drew said, and ones that even come without some of the regular toxins, right? So
yeah, and then the same thing with you if you're looking at your hot dog buns or your hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with the hamburgers, the same thing with the hot dog. I'm not just picking on hot dogs. I mean, I'm also talking about like what the main meal is based around, I suppose. So usually that's hot dogs or hamburgers. So when it comes to hamburgers, you can make better choices as well. And so if you're red meat, ground beef type of people, then you could find local farmers that actually produce that. And then you're also supporting local, which is nice. Then you can barbecue chicken. You can have chicken burgers, again, plant-based. There's all kinds of turkey. So I guess, again, what I'm saying here is instead of going the cheapest route and seeing what's on the discount rack, that's probably expired. It's not going to help anyone out. Make a different choice. We always say make better choices or choose better, and that will help you out in the long run.
mm-hmm. I like it.
And then you don't have anything to add?
Well, what I was going to say has to do with fitness. So I don't know if you're ready to move on to that.
Not yet. So, and then when it comes to buns, it's the same deal. So you could go bunless, which is possible, but a bit more challenging. You can use lettuce as a wrap, which may be a bit odd in a social situation, but if you're alone or there's only a couple of you, you can do that. Or you can find better sources like whole grain, whole wheat types of buns, which might be a bit more challenging to find, but it does take more work. It does take more time and effort too. That's why we say like convenience is easy.
But you put the work in now or you put it in later,
right,
to try to catch up, right? So you take a couple extra steps or do a couple other things now in prevention so that when the fall comes, you're not trying to catch up or backtrack. Backpedal.
I'm kind of sad that it stopped raining so quickly.
You're sad it stopped raining?
Well, I mean, I don't love like all rainy days because it makes you like sleepy and tired. But I thought like maybe we get a morning of. I like thunder. I know it like scares people and they don't really like it.
It scares me.
I feel really bad for dogs when it thunders.
Yeah.
But I like the thunder. It's crazy. It makes such a crazy sound, and it's like nature making this like grumbly loud, like so cool. And I thought we'd get like a morning of thunder showers, but it's gone.
It's done.
I like storms too. Violet says awesome. Violet posted this really cool app, and I downloaded it right away, and it's a breathing app.
Cool.
What was it called? Oh, it's called Oak.
Oh.
And they have 8 free ones, and then it's paid. Of course, it's a business, so you have to pay. But I've only tried a couple. But thanks for posting that, Violet. That's cool. I'd like to find a nice guided meditation app. In most cases, I don't use an app, but sometimes to get back into it, apps are nice.
Mm-hmm. I like apps for meditation.
Yeah,
keeps me on track. When it's not guided and I do it meditation, when I'm doing meditation on my own, then my brain squirrels away. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Oh, meditating. And then my thoughts will drift off again, and then I'm like, oh, get back to it. But if I ask the guided, it seems to help.
Yeah, everyone's different. Some appreciate them more than others.
Mm-hmm.
She said, Violet says it keeps me on track. And that's important. So we talk about routines as well, morning routines, evening routines. Evening routines are much more difficult, but then your evening routine sets you up for morning routines.
Because it's a circle.
I'm actually able to play video clips on this program, so I could drag a video on.
Of it's a circle.
Yeah.
Chuck and Larry, anyone?
It's a ridiculous
comedy, but it's funny. And Drew and I often quote that one.
Not a square.
It's not square. Square has corners. Circle.
Oh my
You
gosh.
made it. Probably no one has no idea what we're talking about. But if you've seen Chuck and Larry,
Dave might.
You might know what we're talking about. Okay.
Good morning, Vanda. Amber says I've tried hard without meditation being guided.
I have a hard time without meditation being guided. Helps me focus. Me too. I'm going to try Violet's app.
You should.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about fitness?
Yeah, just one of...
What are you looking at over there?
This is my thinking face.
I said, you want to talk about it? Yes.
I do.
Let me tell you what I was
Let me
thinking.
get into my thinking face. Sometimes Drew looks at me and he's like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, or is that what you say? What are you doing? I'm thinking. Leave me alone. It's my thinking face. It's like, what's wrong with your face right now?
I say, what kind of face is that?
Yeah, that's what you say.
She makes these weird faces.
What kind of face is that?
What kind of
It's
face
my thinking face. Just let me be. I'm thinking. Fitness, of course, super important, but what you will notice a lot of times in the summer.
What are her thoughts doing up there, Violet?
What did Violet say?
She said you're looking up into your thoughts.
Yes, my thoughts. A cloud. See what you see them, Drew? Can you see them right there?
Are they up there? It should be in your brain.
No.
That's the cloud everyone talks about. Where's your storage? It's in the cloud. Dorothy has to
There's
look
my
up.
cloud. My brain cloud. Because I just have so many things in here.
It's full.
It's full, so I need a cloud for my thoughts.
Violet says she does the same thing.
Thank you, Violet.
It's Violet has a cloud.
Violet's on Team Dorothy. Thanks, Violet. Usually everyone's on Team Drew.
That's a lie.
That is so true!
Wow. Volume control. And turn the volume down.
I don't have any of that either. Volume control.
Okay. Tell us what your thoughts are saying up there.
Oh. What I've been noticing, or what I have noticed over the years with fitness, is in the summer, usually it starts to drop off. The gyms have less classes, for example. There's less people showing up to the gyms, and a lot of times there's outdoor facilities and their classes drop, which is so crazy to me. But I mean, I know there's a reason why they have less classes in the summer, is because there's less attendance, for example. But which is so crazy to me that the summer, when normally we have the most time, right? Because maybe I'm speaking just for myself here, but a lot of times in the summer you have holidays and hours, so where you're not working. Like, for example, as a teacher, I always had summers off where you have more time to do things, but then attendance is declining, right? Which is kind of crazy to me, because it's the best time to be active and working out. So one of the biggest things that you to stay consistent on as well, your fitness routine. We actually have Louise Siebert in our monthly membership who they have I don't know if Louise is in here this morning listening, but she is at her camper for most of the summer, so she brings her fitness stuff with her and designates a little area in her camper for workouts, which is so cool. And then Shauna is in our monthly membership as well, in our fitness family as well. And when they go away camping, she'll continue doing her workouts, like picnic table workouts, for example, or workouts in the camper. And that's what it takes. And I think that's why it takes effort. It's like not easy, right? You're away, you have to do working out in a different area at a different time, maybe that's not in your normal kind of bubble or your comfort zone. So first you have to go outside your comfort zone, then you have some obstacles to hurdle over, is that what we would say? Like a small space in the camper, for example. But it is possible. It just takes a little bit more effort.
Yeah, and it starts with that mindset of making a decision, like I'm going to be healthy, regardless of if we're camping or whatever weekends look like, or however that looks like. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to make those choices. And then comes up with a plan, like what do your workouts look like? How are you going to complete them? And Violet here said something about taking weights with her, I think.
We carry weights, bands, and suspension training camping with us. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's what you need to do. And I feel like most people just don't do it because it's not part of the norm. It's not like, oh, who carries?
I'm on vacation. I'm taking a week off of everything. Mm-hmm. Healthy eating, working out, everything.
And then that, like we talked about, that accumulates. That turns into a month. Like one weekend turns into a month, and then it turns into 3 months, and then here we are in September. Halfway through September, you're still like, well, I'll get that gym membership, but you don't, or you start in October.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is that it's so crazy, like how many excuses we can make for ourselves.
Oh yeah.
So
we all do it,
and we could justify just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you have September rolling around, and then people are still trying to camp around mid-September, September to late September possibly. And then you have October, like kids are going back to school, and then it's October, and then you have maybe October, November, maybe, or half of November, and then December. What comes in December? Like we start Christmas at mid-November in most cases, end of November for sure. So you have October, November, so you have 2 months to try to get back on track before you have another big challenge coming up, which could be harder than summer for some people.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be done. It has to be a lifestyle. If you're working around holidays, summertime, vacations, it's never going to work out.
Mm-hmm. And you have to put yourself first.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people struggle with that, like putting themselves before anything else, like putting your workout before anything else. And same with nutrition as well.
Yeah, Dave says I've got 20 years of excuses.
Most people do, right?
It's true, because it's easier. And you know what the thing is, you can't help people, because we try to help people. It's our job. That's what we do as a business. We try to help people change their lifestyles to see the results that they want, not what we want. So every time we work with someone, we say, what do you want? Mm-hmm. In most cases, they're like, I don't know. So you have to decide what you want, and then we'll help you get there, but you have to decide that first. But then when it comes to when you're not ready, like some people are like, oh, I want to make a change, but they don't really want to make a change.
Right.
They just say they want to make a change, because we've worked with people over the years, and then we give them solutions and they come up with more excuses. Mm-hmm. And that's awesome.
Can you hear that?
You guys hear that? It's so cool.
Glad I kind of waited to go for my run.
So, but if someone's not ready, it doesn't matter how many solutions you'll come up with, they'll come up with more excuses. Yeah. So, and then we have other people that say, hey, I'd really like to get my family on board and help them make changes, but they're not open, and they're not open to any of the things I tell them. And they say, well, then they're not ready. And they say, well, how can I help them? I'm like, you can't. And it's just unfortunate when someone, you can't talk someone into something they don't want to do. You can't make someone do something they don't want to do. All you can do is be there for their support, lead by example, and when they're ready, their solutions will outweigh their excuses.
And a lot of times it comes down to self worth as well. A lot of people that we've seen over the years, perhaps at the time they came to us, they weren't ready. But then we see them making miraculous changes years later or months later. And when we ask them, well, what changed? And a lot of times they said, well, before I didn't feel that I deserved it or I didn't feel I was worth it. But once you change that mindset and work on your own self-worth, that you are worth the time, you are worth the change, then that's when it starts to make, that's when the changes start to happen, right? So it really, it's kind of crazy, but it really starts from the inside, right? Your self-worth.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Stump.
No, I lost my train of thought. But you have to be ready for that change to make that change. And then the same thing with the people in your life, they have to be ready for that change. And then there's usually a tipping point in most cases. It was like, I just really looked in the mirror and I couldn't believe what I saw. Or I realized that I couldn't play with my kids or grandkids for more than 5 minutes. Whatever it was, there's usually a tipping point or almost like a rock bottom type of I knew I needed to make a change. I was so tired of not living the way I wanted to. And that's where that change comes from. So once that happens, that's where we see the most results. But it's hard to kind of hit that bottom where you're like, I have to make a change, because we're always almost like fluttering up, and then we drop back down, fluttering up. But when you get so tired of being at the bottom and not getting to where you feel like you want to be or should be, then where the actual change happens, that makes all the difference. Ricky says, Ricky Lee. Ricky, is it Ricky Lee or Ricky? Can you tell us in the comments? She says, no days off. So Ricky, right. She posts. She got a little work. I think it's in your garage, I'm guessing. So she posts on her stories quite often or throughout the day of all the different workouts she does.
Her workouts.
It's awesome. And she actually just wrote a really nice testimonial for us for our protein.
Oh, powder. Nice.
So she really likes
Thank you.
Vanilla. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Oh, that was a big one.
Can you guys hear that?
Oh.
Put in the comments. You must be able to hear that.
Always a big one. Drew said that it was over, and then they got angry, and they just like, we're not done yet. Coming back for more.
That suits me just fine. It's been, I was complaining about because usually in Alberta when you get a hot day, it either rains in the late afternoon, evening, or the next day. Almost every time. And we've had 3 or 4
hot days.
So I'm like, oh, it's not really raining, but now, of course, I called it upon us. Let it rain. Oh boy, Dave.
What's Dave saying? It's the aliens. It's oh, that was a different comment. I was reading Dave's. We'll read yours in a minute too. Manny says, so true. I got tired of feeling tired all the time and being on the yo-yo. Oh yeah. So true.
And so many people deal with it. And that's kind of where we specialize, is because you have to change your lifestyle. There's no other way around it. If you don't change your lifestyle, your results won't be sustainable. So most people come to us and they're like, oh, I'm like, tell us what situation you're in or what position you're in or why you're coming to us. Because we want people, if people say, I just want to lose weight, then we're like, sorry, that's not what we do. When someone's ready to change their lifestyle, then we can help. So when someone just says, I need to lose weight for the weekend, for my wedding, for the summer, we're like, it's not what we do. So we try to refer them to someone else. But when, in most cases, people come and say, I'm so tired of yo-yoing and losing weight and trying diets, I just want to make a change that'll last. And we say, all right, we can help you. And that's what Van was talking about here. Is once you get tired of that, you can make a real change in your life.
Thanks for your comments, guys.
Yeah, this is fun. Ricky says, just Ricky. Awesome.
Love the protein. Awesome. Thank you, Ricky.
So nice to hear.
Dave
How did
says,
your conversations
it's
always
the
go?
aliens coming down. You guys and your aliens.
I just watched a clip. Dorothy doesn't want to talk about it. I just watched a clip about some like aviation pilot. He worked for the military, and they were talking about how they saw like a plane, and they couldn't recognize it, and it had the controls were way faster and way better than theirs, and theirs were the best. Ooh, you know what? I used to watch the X-Files. Did you?
They creeped me out.
Did anyone else watch the X-Files? Yes, we heard the thunder.
I always had sleeping problems, so I was not allowed to watch many shows.
Put up lightning effects. I don't think I have lightning effects. I don't know what kind of lightning
What
effects.
sound effects do you have?
I can hear it. Put up lightning. I have like Halloween ones. I'll have to get Nick to get us some different ones. I have Halloween ones. I have clapping ones. I have drum rolls.
A drum roll.
That's why we're such a good fit. That's right, Banda. We are a good fit. You done?
You're very quiet all of a sudden.
No, I have a lot of things that I'm doing right now. Like I'm thinking about pulling some effects up.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Make a stop. Make a stop. No, I think we can wrap it up when Drew's done his effects.
I'm sure there's a reason.
That's that's like the
Blink.
yeah.
I know about that one. Do you guys know about the Halloween one?
Hopefully their volume isn't so loud. One time Drew did I don't know which sound effects he did, but somebody had their volume on super loud. And they're like, whoa!
Well, I think I have mine. You can actually turn the volume down on the effects.
Oh, so yours was super high.
Okay.
I'll let you guys go. It's Friday. It's Friday. That's all I have to say.
Oh,
yay, Friday.
Turn that off.
Keeps rolling?
Just that one.
Yeah,
thank you guys so much for joining us live. That was fun. And remember that, like, just to wrap things up here, you can make a change and you can make sure that summer isn't a time of weight gain. Just be conscious of your decisions, come up with a plan, and then understand, like, you can make different choices if it comes to food. Bring your own food, or it always helps if people know you live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how many people like try to keep it a secret, like, like they don't want to tell anyone that they've been losing weight, even if you can't see it yet, or that eating better, or staying away from alcohol. We heard that quite a bit this summer. Actually, people like, I'm going to try to get through the summer without drinking alcohol or so much alcohol. Like, you can make better choices now, or better options. And it doesn't have to be like, you don't always have to drink alcohol when you go to a friend's house, or when it's summertime and it's hot out. You don't always have to crack a beer or have a Caesar, like whatever it is that you have. You can make different choices, and that will help in the future as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, hi.
No, I was just thinking in terms of like alcoholic beverages, when you think of how it makes you feel later, that usually deters you from drinking it now, right? If you think of the future. And that's usually one of the things I say, because you get offered drinks like all the time throughout the summer, and maybe more than just the summer, and often we don't want to say no. I think that's a part of it too. Oh, would you like a drink? But you're like, oh, how do I say? I don't really want one, but how can I say no? And that's usually one of the reasons I say, no thanks, don't want the booze blues. Because it really does affect us on an emotional level, right? Because it brings us, when we are having a few drinks, maybe a few extra drinks, it brings us to this like high, happy place. And then there's that like dip and that low, and that's what I really don't like.
And then
that dip.
And it doesn't just affect the weekend. Like, it's not Friday, Saturday. Like, you could have the blues Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Like, everyone's a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Depends how much you consume. And we're not saying never drink, like don't ever have a beer. All we're saying is that all adds up. And if it's every weekend, that turns into every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like then you're going to run into some problems.
Yeah, and just be aware. Just be aware of how it makes you feel.
And imagine most people don't realize how many mood swings come with something like that.
Yeah.
It's a drug. Alcohol is a drug. So it messes with your brain and your overall chemistry, your DNA.
All right, guys. Have a great Friday.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your comments and conversation back and forth. That was nice to hang out with you guys this morning.
Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Friday Live.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Bye.
Adios, amigos.
Sayonara. Adios. Au revoir. Hasta la vista.